Well, actually, so that's right. I did not mean to get too detailed. So my question is, what do I do after I have completely been able to overturn the decisions made by CPS? But when the CPS case began, the caseworker advised my mother to take me to civil court for custody of my youngest daughter, and for my ex to take me to civil court for my oldest two.
Okay, we're back. I'm attorney Vince Davis. This is The Secret, How to Fight CPS Win. I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Miss Amanda Cisco and Aaron Carranza. All right, ladies, let's take another call. Let's talk to Micah from Texas. Micah, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask? Oh, Micah, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if my headphones had messed up. So I actually have both. It's kind of a crazy story, so I'm going to do my best to stay direct and to the point. I have reached out in the past before. I've actually already spoken to the Matthew Harris guy that you mentioned earlier, as well as Georgette Truin. I'm going back and forth with her right now. So I just thought now is a better time than any to go ahead and get on the show, especially when I actually had a moment to sit still for a moment. So I'll preface this with stating that I actually am a small business owner. I'm a freight broker. I have been independent since 2017. I'm actually on YouTube for DAT, DAT, Load Board. It's the largest analytics and logistics board in the industry. If you check it out, it's AMA Trucking. Ask me anything about freight brokerage on YouTube, episode 25 through 28. However, ironically, that was done a week after the CPS call was made on me. And I didn't want to lose that opportunity for my business. And from there, it went downhill. Not for my business and everything else. On February 2nd, I was handed divorce papers for my first marriage. That I was married November 9th, 2019. And he filed for divorce after ignoring me for 20 days straight in our own home, and then would go and sleep in my son's room. At that point, I've been in bad relationships before. I do have some mental health issues. I've never been embarrassed about them. I actually advocate highly for people to get help. So I do have some PTSD. So I guess at some point, especially literally in 2020, I was kind of CYA, savior, but, and reached out to my mother. And she lives down the street with my grandmother. So basically, during the day, the kids would be there after school. And then I would go home to sleep, hoping that maybe we were going to talk that day. So it took 20 days, basically half of a really long book. And a lot of patience, that's my biggest trigger, is being deliberately ignored to your face. I feel like that's as disrespectful as spitting on someone. So after I finally decided to go stay the night with a friend, deciding that was the best option before I either did something or he did something. So I made that call. I did entertain messages and calls, and I'm sure there's plenty of evidence showing me looking irrational. And that's all right, because at the end of the day, I've never denied having, anxiety, PTSD, OCD, these things, but I am high functioning. It's all in the diagnosis. So something deliberate like that, and probably that's going to be part of my question here in a second, is definitely I feel very malicious and direct and vindictive. That's just before what's actually in print. So he would do things, blah, blah, blah. At this point, that is no longer an important subject. Him as a person, he's no longer allowed officially as a court, and finally, at least through losing my children, they're not going to ever allow Alfredo to have contact with my children. So at least that's a silver lining here. But 5 days after I was given divorce papers, February 2nd, 2021, I allowed my children to go to a birthday party at my sister's house. And again, I'm in Texas, so I live in Hillsborough, Texas, which is about an hour south of Fort Worth. So, and then Burleson is about 45 minutes back north. So that's where my sister and some of my family is. And I allowed them to go to this birthday party that I did not want to attend, and sent out my reasoning because I found out that for 6 months prior, and mind you, my marriage was 1 year long.
Hey, Michael, let me jump in. Michael, let me jump in for a second because we're heading towards the break. What was the question that you wanted to ask me?
Well, actually, so that's right. I did not mean to get too detailed. So my question is, what do I do after I have completely been able to overturn the decisions made by CPS? But when the CPS case began, the caseworker advised my mother to take me to civil court for custody of my youngest daughter, and for my ex to take me to civil court for my oldest two. Mind you, my mother rushed to do her taxes before I could, and claimed all three of my children. So she has all of this.
You can still claim them. They're your children.
I tried, and that's how I found out that she had claimed them.
I know, but you should tell them that they're in your custody and that she claimed them improperly.
Well, this is the thing. There's a lot of conflict of interest here in Hillsborough, Texas. I have an internal affairs investigation going on with some officers that refuse to even let me get a protective order. I have videos.
Okay,
Hold
on, Mike, because my engineer is going to jump in here in a minute for the commercial.
Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Just state the question that you wanted to know.
I mean, how can I get my kids back at this point?
Okay, is the CPS case closed? Is the CPS case closed?
Yes, it is, but they've taken my children, and the judges aren't letting me just dismiss the case. I've tried to.
Okay. I'm not sure. You just confused me. I asked you if the CPS case was closed, and you said the judge gave the children to other people. Was that the CPS judge or the family law judge or a probate judge?
There was never a CPS judge.
Okay, so you're fighting in family law court then, right now.
Yeah, but it's all based because of a CPS case. Tanya Baxter, my caseworker, perjured herself on the stand.
I understand. You need a good family law custody and visitation lawyer in your...
See, I had one of those, and after paying $85,
1 minute,
they recused themselves from my case and said that it was impossible to communicate with me. But after they didn't take any evidence I provided to them, timestamps and everything.
Okay, look, Micah, this is what I want you to do. I want you to call me tomorrow and leave a message, or try to make an appointment to talk to me on Monday or Tuesday. 888-888-6582, because your case is a little bit complex and we're getting ready to take a break. My engineer just signaled me that we're taking a break right now. But I do want to finish talking to you about the case, okay? 888-888-6582. If you call tonight, as a matter of fact, you can make the appointment for Monday or Tuesday. All right, Micah, I want to thank you for calling and thank you for listening. I do appreciate that. Call us back maybe in 3 or 4 weeks and give us an update on what's going on with your case. All right, this is The Secret, How to Fight Child Protective Services and Win. We'll be right back after these messages.